Hey, thanks for making it to Veterans Info Tap. I'm glad you made it. I did a video on this. Actually, I did a couple videos on this. I'm doing one more, and I'm kind of cutting down a little bit here into a specific part of this article regarding the VA shortfall, where the VA officials are telling lawmakers that we're probably not going to be able to make payments to some of our beneficiaries. So, wanted to read this to you. My suggestion is reach out to your congressional members, let them know we have until September 20th in order to get this rectified. And then, it's just so disheartening that the VA, a gigantic organization, either has the wrong people in place that can't figure out how to forecast their own budget short by $15 billion, or what's the other option, right? Either you don't know how to actually forecast and figure out numbers to get it somewhat close, or you just, well, we won't talk about it and we'll wait till the last minute and then we'll throw it out there and see what happens. Either way, it's all bad news. So with that, hit the thumbs up, subscribe, share with a friend, all that good stuff. I really appreciate it. For those that don't know or haven't heard, my bigger channel, Veterans Info Tap, was hacked, and I am working with YouTube. Everything's moving forward fine. My Gmail's been recovered, all that stuff. They've went through my YouTube account, and we're working on getting that back up and running. Look, it's today, the filming of this, it's Friday. The chances of it happening today, I think, are probably slim. So we're probably looking at next week, but I have not been given an actual date on when it should get resolved. You're just kind of in line with everybody else. So in the meantime, I'm using this platform to get the word out. So thank you so much for your subscriptions here. I appreciate each and every one of you. And let's jump into this little section here within this article. All right. VA officials told lawmakers on July 15th that the agency needs $2.9 billion. That's a portion of that 15, right? So a portion of the 15 billion shortfall, that they need 2.9 billion with a B in mandatory spending for veterans' pensions and other benefits. Not sure what other benefits they're talking about. So for VA veterans' pension and other benefits to cover a gap for the remaining months of the fiscal year ending September 30th. $2.9 billion. So, and they just went there on July 15th. That was, 10 days ago, 11 days ago. And here's a couple things I want to throw out. VA pension, for those that don't know, there's two primary monetary benefits for veterans: VA compensation, VA pension. I hate that they call it pension because it sounds like a VA employee retired and is receiving pension. It's not what it is. So it is a veteran benefit. So you have VA disability compensation, preferable, by the way, that's the one you want. And then they have VA pension. So why would somebody choose VA pension? It pays much less. There's a cap. In fact, I'm going to pull up how much that is. All right, I pulled it up for you. The maximum allowable pension rate, for example, if you're a veteran with no dependents and you do not qualify for housebound or aid and attendance benefits, is $16,551 per year. Now, if you qualify for housebound benefits, you get $20,226 per year. If you qualify for aid and attendance benefits, you get $27,609 per year. Now, here's the way that pension works, and this is just kind of important to understand, right? So the way that pension works, let's just use an easy number so it's easy for me, okay? You're a veteran with no dependents. We're going to call it $16,000. No housebound, no aid and attendance. We're going to call it $16,000 a year. We'll drop off the last numbers there for easy math. $16,000 a year. Let's say that you're receiving $10,000 from Social Security, for example. Well, the maximum allowable pension rate basically means that that's the maximum amount of money that you can receive. So what they do is they're going to take the $16,000 and they're going to minus out the $10,000 Social Security, leaving you with $6,000. So you would, in this example, get $6,000 from VA pension to, pay down on a monthly basis, but $6,000 a year, and you would receive that while you're receiving your Social Security, and then that's how you're going to just live your life. Now, in order to qualify for VA pension, you need to be a war period veteran. You don't need to have necessarily served in combat, but you had to have served at least one day during a conflict, right? A war period. So, with that being said, there's other qualifiers. And there's also some adjustments on income stuff, which changes all that, and asset stuff. So, I mean, this is not a video about pension. I just want to give you a high-level overview of how pension works. Now, so pension's not this big bucket of money. You get some money out of it. Now, what's going to happen is you have kind of two choices, right? I either got hurt and I get my disability compensation. Well, what if I didn't get hurt? Or what if my rating is only 10 or 20%? If my rating's only 10 or 20% on the disability schedule side, and that's everything I have nothing else wrong with me that I could tie to my service, well, if you're low or no income, you might want to consider pension. Pension might pay out a higher amount for you if you're low or no income. So now, when you're looking at it through that lens of, okay, well, those that are receiving pension are war period veterans who are low and no income, who don't get enough on the VA disability side, right? So this is kind of the most vulnerable of all of us, right? I mean, ish, and fiscally anyway. And here you have the VA going to lawmakers on July 15th saying that they need an additional $2.9 billion in mandatory spending for veterans' pensions and other benefits to cover a gap for the remaining months of the fiscal year ending September 30th. It goes on here to say, and they need another $12 billion in discretionary medical care funds for next year, on top of what was provided in March appropriations package or the fiscal 2025 House and Senate military construction VA bills. Here's the really, I'm going to say funny, it's not, it's disturbing timeline here. So this happened on July 15th. The VA goes and makes these asks, right? Basically trying to hold Congress' feet to the fire and say, well, we need this money or veterans are going to suffer. Just a bad way to do business. So here's the funny, not really funny, time lapse here, or timeline. So on the House passed its fiscal 2025 military construction VA bill on June 5th. And after the Senate Appropriations Committee markup, or the Senate Appropriations Committee marked up its version on July 11th. So June 5th, House is done. July 11th, Senate has marked up its version, and 4 days later, VA officials told lawmakers, we need another $2.9 billion in mandatory spending for veterans' pensions and other benefits, and by the way, we need another $12 billion for next year. I don't know. Reach out to your congressional members. Let them know your frustration about the VA. This is unacceptable in my book. I mean, this is not a small mistake. And if you are, if you're as concerned about veterans and veterans who are receiving pension, low, no income veterans who are receiving VA pension, you shouldn't ever have your agency be put into a position to go, yeah, we're not going to be able to pay out our benefits. It's a very sad state. So reach out to your congressional members. Let them know your thoughts. Thank you so much for watching. I appreciate each and every one of you. Have a great one. And remember, if we don't take care of each other, something went wrong.